So what I'm about to tell you, you need to take this with a grain of salt, because obviously as we near WrestleMania, those WrestleMania plans and WrestleMania matches are going to start to take shape and are going to start to present themselves to us. So many people have speculated as to, what role people like CM Punk, people like John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes, what their role is going to be at WrestleMania 41, because at least before, when The Rock was there and we had The Rock to work with, we could kind of make an assumption as to who would match up with who and who would wrestle each other at WrestleMania 41. But obviously, since there's no Rock, so take this with a grain of salt. So like I said a few days ago, the current running rumor backstage in WWE is that they want to have the match of Punk against Reigns against Rollins, which I've spoken before. I'm not a big fan of triple threats. I feel like it's just very lazy to group everybody together just because they don't match up with anybody else. Let's group them all together and let's have a triple threat match. And especially Punk against Roman against Rollins, which really had nothing at stake. And yeah, you can factor in CM Punk's favor with Paul Heyman, but it would make, no sense why Roman Reigns would be facing off against these two guys rather than, go after a title. So many in WWE have counteracted this idea with adding CM Punk to the proposed John Cena and Cody Rhodes match, because obviously John Cena is in the Elimination Chamber match. Most people, if not all people, think that Cena is going to end up walking away with that, Elimination Chamber win. People backstage have called for Punk to be a part of that match and potentially use his Paul Heyman favor to get himself into the main event and squeeze himself into that main event match, leaving us with Rollins against Reigns, which I think is a much better match because there's much more of a story between Rollins and Reigns. And again, as I said before, I'm not a big fan of having triple threat matches or fatal four-way matches or whatever, especially if they're the main event of WrestleMania. Like I said, I think that's just very, very lazy booking, very Vince McMahon type booking. I've also heard of a proposed other idea of having Punk against Cody, Cena against McIntyre, and Rollins against Reigns. I feel like that's probably the best case scenario for everyone involved, because everyone involved has a story that they can flesh out without feeling like somebody's being left behind. Because if you have that triple threat match, then what does McIntyre do? You know what I mean? Because Rollins and Reigns are occupied and Punk and Cody and Cena are occupied. So what does McIntyre end up doing? You know what I mean? But like I said before, this is just a current running rumor at this point. We got to take everything with a grain of salt, because it is WrestleMania season, so a lot of ideas are being pitched and being thrown out there. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you think the direction should be for WrestleMania 41, what your opinions are on these triple threat matches. And until next time, y'all, take care, and I'll see y'all later.